Now at 10, how a local soccer coach's act of heroism saved a semi-truck driver after overturning. Plus, the Pittsburgh Police Department hosts Drug Take-Back Day for prescription medications. And Duquesne City Park has a new name for their annual Halloween event.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is your KOAM News at 10. I'm Jalen Banks. Just before 11:45 a.m., reports of a two-vehicle crash at CR 70 and Nutmeg Road alerted Jasper County authorities. Linda Getty, who was 73 years old, of Avila, Missouri, was pronounced dead at the scene. Her next of kin was notified. KOAM is always looking to hear from aspiring journalists, so we're continuing a program where stories that are aired are written, shot by local students. This story comes from Webb City, and help can always come when you least expect it. This time, Webb City soccer coach Nick Harmon is helping a semi-truck driver whose truck overturned on the highway. Webb City High School multimedia reporter Brecklin Matthews spoke with the coach and has more.
On Saturday, October 1st, the Webb City boys soccer team was traveling back home from a tournament when a semi-truck in front of them turned over onto its side. Nick Harmon, who serves as the team's head coach and also teaches history at the high school, heroically ran off the bus and jumped into action.
I'm happy that, I was able to help and just getting them out of there, and glad that I didn't have to assist in anything, more life-threatening than that.
Well, obviously I was concerned about our kids, but I felt like we were in a great place with such a good man as Mr. Harmon with them and to take care of them.
With the help of some bystanders, Harmon managed to get on the side of the truck, prying the door open and pulling out the victims.
Luckily, they were not super injured. They had some cuts and scrapes and stuff. There was 2 guys in there, and one of them clearly had hit his head pretty hard because he was a little disoriented and having trouble standing up. Mainly they were just trapped inside and needed help getting out.
Coach Harmon jumped out there and acted like an American. He has a heart of gold.
Coach Harmon stays modest and humble, but those around him see clearly the heroism of this feat.
Coach Harmon thinks of others before himself. He's a great man. I know he served in the military and served proudly. The guy's a great guy all around. His action shows his heart.
He's a hero.
To Coach Harmon, it was just another day, but to his players and his co-workers, it was a day they will never forget. Reporting for Webb City News, I'm Brecklin Matthews.
Head soccer coach, teacher, and now hero. That's quite a resume. And again, that was Webb City High School multimedia reporter Brecklin Matthews. And Joplin's Empire Market is celebrating Halloween like many places. Empire Market typically is used to give local vendors an opportunity to sell and showcase their items. But today, they're using the space for kids to go trick-or-treating. Of course, there was candy, but there were farm animals to pet and a virtual costume contest.
Just the fact that it draws all these people here. We've got this cool place. We've got the Empire Market. We're here every Saturday, 10 to 2, and it's just it's like some people don't know about it sometimes, and we want whatever it takes to get the word out. And because the more people come, it's more community. We build community and learn and grow.
Empire Market is located at 931 East 4th Street in Joplin. Well, it's not every day you can say that you went trick-or-treating at a hospital. And these lucky kids can scratch that off their bucket list now. Mercy Joplin held their own Halloween celebration, giving kids a chance to collect some goodies.
Yeah, so we got 30 booths today. It's a wide range of our departments that are putting on the booths. We've got quite a bit of public safety here. We've got our fire department, our local police department. We've got our local in-house public safety that's here to help out as well. And so we're just excited for a nice, safe event. We're very thankful for the great weather we've got here. It's nice and cool for the kids. So just hoping to have a good time with everybody.
Mercy Hospital's employees and area businesses helped put on the event. Formerly known as the annual Duquesne Trunk or Treat event, has been renamed to the Treats on the Trail, and that took place at Duquesne City Park. From 3 to 5 p.m., kids were able to have some Halloween fun along the trail with food, drinks, activities, and of course, candy.
I think honestly just a community that really desires a place to kind of come together. I think they want a place that they can come and bring their kids and not have to worry about what they're receiving or even what is around them. So Halloween sometimes can be scary, right? But we get to come and be silly and have fun. So I think that's a large part of it. And then again, I think the safety aspect of the officers and seeing their involvement and their desire to be out here and hand out candy themselves, I think that makes a large impact.
The park is located at 1501 South Duquesne Road. And now we move to weather. Hopefully we have some favorable temps. Sam, what do you have for us?
Yeah, the temperatures are going to remain favorable. It's a good thing they had those events in the morning. Now we have some rain moving into the area, mainly along I-44 right now. Let's zoom in and show you some of the heavier showers over there near Greenfield, extending back down towards Golden City into northern Jasper County, now passing through Carthage or just to the north and west of there, moving over to Carl Junction. This is all pivoting around an upper level low, which is across our area. But the good news is it looks like the exceptional drought is kind of taking a retreat here into southeastern Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma. That was from all the rain that we had earlier. And we're going to be making more dents in that as we go through time with some Sunday showers. How about the ghoulish Halloween forecast? And what about next weekend? It looks like it's going to be wet, and I'll have more details on that. And also maybe some drought-busting rains. So you want to stay tuned for all the details coming up in just a little bit.
Local health and police departments are hosting drop-off booths for National Drug Take-Back Day. And KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
National Drug Take-Back Day encourages the community to correctly dispose of expired prescription drugs. Not properly disposing of prescription drugs can be harmful to the environment.
If they flush them down the toilet, it contaminates the water. If they throw them on the ground, it contaminates the ground. So this way it gives people a safe and easy way to turn those prescriptions in so that we can dispose of them for them.
Throughout the day, the community came out to properly dispose of expired medication.
Yes, we actually have a box in our lobby, this white box over here. It's here all the time. Anytime the lobby is open, they can come and they just have to put them in there.
The community does not have to wait for National Drug Take-Back Day to safely dispose of prescription drugs.
They will come in. I cannot take sharps or liquids. So basically they come in, I ask them if they have any sharps or liquids. If they don't, they just put them in the box. We'll collect them all, and then our evidence technician will box them up and send them to be disposed of.
Disposing of prescription drugs helps the community in more ways than one.
Yes, and a lot of people just have, like one person that came in today, they had no idea that we have a way to do it throughout the year. So they had an entire bag, Walmart sack bag of drugs that they've just been collecting, waiting for a day like this to be able to dispose of them. Because they don't want to dispose of them. They know these drugs are harmful to the environment, and they don't want them, anyone getting them.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Other health and police departments in the four-state area are also hosting booths for the community to drop off prescription drugs. And we now take this time to honor another four-state hero, Terry Mendenhall, a Wahoo, Nebraska native, served in the Army. He served in the German 750 Field Artillery and earned the Good Conduct Medal. To Corporal Terry Mendenhall, we thank you, our four-state hero. Coming up, the latest on the Pelosi home attack. The husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is recovering this morning in the hospital after he was violently attacked inside the couple's home. The suspect, who is apparently looking for Pelosi, faces charges including attempted murder. CBS's news correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York.
For his wife, RP stated he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend. RP sounded somewhat confused.
The dispatch call that brought police officers to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's home in San Francisco was a bit unclear, but showed them the attack as it was happening.
Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it.
San Francisco Police Chief William Scott also called the actions of the 911 operator life-saving.
Based on her experience and her intuition, she basically figured out that there was something more to this incident than what she was being told.
42-year-old David DePepe from Berkeley is in custody, accused of yelling, "Where's Nancy?" when he broke into the home early Friday, where broken glass was visible. Police say DePepe was intending to tie up Paul Pelosi and wait for his wife to arrive home. His social media posts show him spreading conspiracy theories about Holocaust denial, pedophiles in the government, and claims that Democratic officials run child sex rings.
Stolen elections, COVID being a hoax.
President Biden spoke about false claims as threats increased against lawmakers.
Every person of good conscience needs to clearly and unambiguously stand up against the violence in our politics, regardless what your politics are.
The speaker was in Washington at the time of the attack, so her house was not under police protection. Her office released a statement that said Pelosi underwent successful surgery to repair a skull fracture and serious injuries to his right arm and hands. She flew to California to be with her husband. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time the Pelosi home has been attacked. It was vandalized last year with a pig's head, spray paint, and fake blood. Later, we take a look at a Halloween competition that got a little serious.
And your forecast isn't spooky. I'll have all the details coming up in your weather right after this. Well, friends, we have had a crisp fall day across the area with clouds rolling in and also the rain starting to move in from the south and east this afternoon. Right now at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort down in Seneca, Missouri. Pretty nice night down there. They've had some rain down there as well. Temperatures this afternoon warmed up into the 60s across our area for afternoon highs. A little bit cooler down to the south where the rain and the clouds were a little bit thicker there today, but it was close to 70 in places like Fredonia as well as Sedan, Kansas with a high of around 69. Here in Joplin, we topped out at 68, starting out at 51, which was above the normals, not anywhere close to that record of 87 or that record of 25 back in 1980. We've had some rain moving in from the south and east this afternoon. As you can see this in motion, you can see these bands, spiral bands, almost like a hurricane, swarming in from the south and east, and this will continue through the evening hours. Let's zoom in on some of the heavier showers and show you where those are. Generally right now in near Greenfield or just west of Greenfield, also North Morgan, extending out over towards Jasper and to the north of Carthage. Rainfall amounts have been heavier down to the south in eastern Oklahoma and across central Arkansas, where several inches have occurred. Here, we're generally seeing amounts around 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch, and that will certainly be the case as we go through the overnight hours as well. Temperatures right now are in the 50s, so it's kind of a chilly rain out there. 59 in Iola, Fort Scott, 57 in Lamar. Also in Anderson, pick out your hometown, 60s out towards the west. Here in Joplin, you can still see the rain falling down on our tower cam. We're at 60 degrees, east wind at 14, and the dew point is 50 and the humidity at 69%. Here's the big storm system that's over us right now over western Arkansas, but as we notice, as we go through time, that lifts towards the north. We get into more of a zonal pattern, which is a warm pattern for us, but notice this huge storm system dropping down over the deserts of the southwest. That's our next storm system that will move into our area as we head towards Friday and Saturday. And folks, this could be a major significant storm, especially with the rainfall amounts that we're expecting. Rain over the next 36 hours are going to be up and down a little bit. Best chance of rain will be overnight into the morning hours, less in the afternoon, then maybe picking up again as we head towards tomorrow evening. But the rainfall amounts generally will be around 1/3 of an inch or less, heavier amounts off towards the east, lighter amounts off towards the west. Now take a look at this. This is the forecast model, one of the models for the next rainmaker. As we go towards next weekend, we could see 6 or 7 inches of rain from that next storm system. Now again, this is a week away and it's only one model, but we're going to have to watch it pretty closely. Tonight, no heavy rain, just some scattered showers with lows in the 50s, northerly winds. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures in the lower 60s with mostly cloudy skies, again with the scattered showers moving off towards the east. Then as we go into Monday morning, we're going to see lows in the 40s and 50s. But by afternoon, mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees, just in time for the trick-or-treaters. Then as we go into Tuesday morning, temperatures in the 40s with south winds. All right, here's a look at that trick-or-treat forecast. We're looking pretty good. Temperatures around 60 degrees for the kiddos, so put on a light jacket or a hoodie with temperatures in the upper 50s by the time 8 o'clock rolls around. All right, over the next 7 days, 68 on Monday, warmer as we go through the rest of the week, and then that big rainstorm next weekend.
All right, well, we'll definitely be looking forward to it. Fingers crossed that we get that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sam. All right, Danny joins us now. So the Riverton Rams, who are just down the road from us at the station, They're still alive in the 3A state playoffs.
Yeah, the Rams playing the semifinals this afternoon, so we'll have those details coming up. Plus, in Missouri, Webb City hosts Helias Catholic in the Class 4 state quarterfinals. Highlights and post-game reaction next. The undefeated Pitt State Gorillas are currently in first place in the conference standings with 3 games to go. They're on the road today with the chance to clinch at least a share of the MIAA title. And Pitt State gets it done, dominating Central Oklahoma 38-7. The Gorillas are MIAA champs for the first time since 2014. They'll try to claim the outright league title next week at Washburn. The Missouri Southern Lions are 4-4 so far this season, but they have lost their last 2 games. Southern tries to bounce back against Missouri Western, but it's the Griffins that come out on top of a close one, 31-27. Dwayne Lawson rushes for 125 yards, including an 80-yard touchdown run. Coleman Booker tallies 8 tackles and a forced fumble. In the Big 12, 22-ranked Kansas State hosts a huge game today against 9th-ranked Oklahoma State. Let's jump right in. Wildcats going for it on 4th and 10 in the first quarter. Will Howard takes a shot deep, finds Cade Warner, 38-yard touchdown connection. Next K-State possession, Deuce Vaughn cuts up the middle. He takes off 62 yards. He's in for the score. Wildcats lead 14-0 after 1. And they keep hammering away. Howard throws it up here. Phillip Brooks brings it in the end zone. 10 seconds to go now in the half. Wildcats on the goal line. Vaughn makes the diving grab. Cowboys didn't really show up today. Kansas State stops Oklahoma State 48-0. Oklahoma picks up their 2nd straight win today, beating Iowa State on the road 27-13. Eric Gray rushes for 101 yards and a score. Webb City Volleyball won its 2nd straight district championship earlier this week. The Cardinals cruised through the tournament. They won all 3 matches in straight sets. The Cardinals are back on the court today for the start of the state tournament. Webb City hosts Helias Catholic in the quarterfinals. Cardinals come out ready to play. Kate Brownfield places it perfectly on the back line. Webb takes the first set 25-11. Second set, different story. Brownfield makes the diving effort but can't return it. Crusaders up 15-6, but Webb won't go down easily. Big block at the net, ties the set up at 23. Next play, Brenda Lawrence comes up huge with the kill, but Helias Catholic closes it out. They win set 2 and 3. To the 4th now, Kaya Sandburn sets up Jaylee Rutledge. The Cardinals go on to tie the match at 2 and force a 5th set, and now they have the momentum. Lawrence again. She buries this one. Webb City takes down Helias Catholic 3-2. The Cardinals advance to the state semifinals for the first time in program history.
Mental training we've talked about all year. We've been working with the program You Are Strong. The more that they work to get better physically as an athlete, we were trying to do some mental training too, because that mental toughness is the deal breaker in these big matches. And so we were able to shake off what we had messed up. Okay, we had 2 bad sets, but you know what? We've got 2 to go and we can still win this thing.
In Class 3, Seneca meets Eldon in the state quarterfinals today. The Indians' historic season comes to an end, falling to the Mustangs 3-1. Riverton is one of 4 teams remaining in the Class 3A state tournament. The Rams went 2-1 in pool play on Friday to advance to the semifinals. Today they faced Nemaha Central with a spot in the championship game on the line. The Thunder, though, win it in straight sets. Riverton finishes the season in 4th place in the state. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Neighbors turn a little friendly competition into a big, frightening Halloween display in one Mesa, Arizona neighborhood.
Display, and if you can tell from an angle, the boat is actually floating, and it's elevated over a sea of red blood.
When Alan Bloom moved to this East Mason neighborhood a few years ago, he made a comment to his neighbor that, in a way, still haunts him today.
I think I said that I could beat her with my decorations, something around those lines.
He said that to Brittany Rowley across the street.
We kind of chuckled and went inside, and I looked at my husband. I'm like, okay, challenge accepted.
Perhaps that comment cast a spell on Brittany, who started with one 12-foot skeleton, and now her yard and her neighbors looks like the house from the living dead. Now, as Halloween creeps closer, she's still adding more bones and tombstones, all of it enough for 2 storage units in the off-season.
It's just this infinity line that I just keep buying.
The Halloween spirit crossing property lines. The competition going to yet another level, even since last year when we profiled these neighbors. Now, if you think this is scary elaborate, this family also coordinates all these lights down the entire street. There's thousands of them. Both Alan and Brittany say with LED lights, the electric bill isn't too scary, and the job is never done until Halloween night.
We also have a surprise in store for Halloween night, so she hasn't seen everything that I have.
These decorations may aim to scare, but it's done the opposite by bringing out friendly neighbors from across the East Valley. And once it's all over,
Christmas, I think, is bigger. It's a lot bigger.
Well, iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another, am I right?
Wow.
All right, Sam, what do we
All
got?
right, no scary forecast in store for us. We're going to have 68 on Monday, and it looks like a nice week. And then rain next weekend, and that rain could be very, very heavy. We'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen with that next storm system. But if that verifies, we could see flooding rains in here by next weekend. We don't need that much. We just need enough to break the drought. And then as we head towards the next part of next week, 64 and 67 for Monday and Tuesday. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, fingers crossed on breaking that drought, but again,
not all at once.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Danny, fun day of sports.
Yeah,
what do you have?
a few big wins in our area. Pitt State, of course, clinches a share of the MIAA title today. And then Webb City Volleyball, they're headed to the Final Four.
Absolutely. And then to talk about Big 12 football, Oklahoma State, they had the largest shutout of any top 10 team in NCAA history. Not the type of record you want to break. Well, all right, that's our time for now. Thank you for joining us. We'll do this all again tomorrow.